Welcome back to Black X Wolf Entertainment, where legends are born and honor is tested. Prepare yourself for another chapter in the journey of our Ronin, as the weight of greed and honor clash beneath the sacred Torii Gate. This is Chapter 7, Duel at the Torii Gate.
The sky, still dark from the night, began to soften with the first light of dawn. The horizon glowed with hues of amber and pink, though the rising sun was not yet visible. The Ronin, weary from his travels, stood at the base of Kinkatana Mountain. Towering before him was a great Torii gate, its red pillars weathered but sturdy, standing as the final marker of the boundary between the world of men and the sacred mountain, where legends whispered that the blade of gold lay hidden. He gazed up at the imposing gate, its curved beams casting long shadows across the ground. This was the threshold. Beyond this gate, his journey would grow more perilous, the stakes higher than ever. His hand rested on the hilt of his sword, the worn leather cool beneath his palm. His heart, steady but heavy, beat in time with the soft rustling of the wind through the nearby trees. As he approached the gate, a voice, strong and firm, echoed across the clearing. The Ronin studied the man before him. It was not the first time he had encountered others seeking the legendary sword, but this was different. This was no bandit or mercenary. This man was a true warrior, bound by the same code of Bushido that the Ronin himself had once followed so devoutly. Yet now, both of them were far removed from that ideal. They had been corrupted, each in their own way, by the lure of the blade of gold.
You seek the sword for the same reason I do. Greed has brought you here. Do not presume to know my reasons, Ronin. My purpose is my own. It is always greed, even if you cloak it in words of honor or duty. The blade of gold brings ruin to all who seek it.
For a moment there was silence between them. The tension in the air was palpable, like the stillness before a lightning strike. Neither man moved, but both knew what would come next. There was no avoiding it. Their paths had crossed at the gate of destiny, and only one of them could continue forward. The final strike.
Minutes passed, though it felt like hours. The Ronin's muscles burned with the strain of the fight, but he pressed on, refusing to give in to the weariness that threatened to overtake him. His opponent was equally relentless, his strikes growing fiercer with each passing second. Then, in a split second of overconfidence, the rival samurai overextended his reach, his sword slicing through the air just a fraction too far.
The Ronin saw his opening. With a swift, precise movement, he stepped inside the rival's guard, his katana flashing through the air in a graceful arc. The rival samurai staggered, his sword falling from his grasp as the Ronin's blade found its mark. The duel was over.
For a moment, there was silence. The rival samurai sank to his knees, his hand clutching the wound that now bled freely from his side. The Ronin stood over him, his own breath ragged, his katana still raised. You fought with honor, the Ronin said, his voice quiet but firm. The rival samurai looked up at him, his expression a mixture of pain and bitterness. Honor, yes, but it was greed that led me here.
The Ronin sheathed his sword, his gaze lingering on the man who had once been his equal. The victory, though his, felt hollow. He had won the duel, but he had lost something far more important, his sense of self. The Ronin could feel it now, the creeping realization that he too had been consumed by the same greed that had driven his opponent.
Without another word, the Ronin turned and walked away, leaving the fallen samurai behind. The path to Kinkatana Mountain lay ahead, but the weight of his choices bore down on him like a heavy shroud. The blade of gold awaited him, but at what cost?
Thank you for watching Black X Wolf Entertainment, where honor and fate collide in the heart of every story. If you're drawn into the journey of our Ronin and the curse of the Blade of Gold, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. The road ahead only grows darker, and the stakes higher. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, fight with honor, live with purpose.